Okay, so I'm going to just run through the pipeline between iClone and Unreal. So first thing you do is go to File, Import your characters, and once you synchronize before, so you're going to see a folder. So mine's called Rift HaZ, but you'll be Rift Alex or Rift Mark or whoever. And go to CC3 Avatars, and you select your avatar. So in our case, so the list I would give you, I would say Ava main or Ava version 6, and I would say what the shot name is or what the shot number is. Okay, so load up Ava, for example, and that loads up. Cool. Position as you would when you're doing your usual expression work. I'm going to show you the simplest way we do our expressions. Obviously, you're going to do it way more hardcore than me. First thing I'll do also is I just click on that. I just turn off blink because we want to control the blink ourselves. We don't want auto blink. It becomes irritating when it's in the sequencer and you can't turn it off. Okay, so obviously we go to face key. We select our expressions. So I don't know, we have something like this. But I always like to start with something like this. I keyframe the expressiveness here, and then you go here, and you got it around there. So we've got this really cool expression here, and then we can, like, I don't know, turn it to something like angry. There we go. Cool. And then it's back to nothing. Okay, so that's 160. So you just do your end frame. And I know you know all this already, but I'm just going to go step by step anyway. Okay, so once you're happy with your expressions, you're happy with what we've got here, we want to get it into Unreal, okay? And obviously you do all of the expression work here until you're happy. But don't worry about things like blinking and eye positioning. I'm going to show you how we do that in Unreal, because obviously for things like eye line, when you talk to a character, you kind of want to do that in Unreal. You don't want to do it here. So you go to File, you go to Export, Export FBX. Click on Range to make sure you got your right range. Now this is the important bit. Click on this bit here and just untick embed motion. There we go. And then you go to export. And now obviously I have a folder called Reallusion Animation Ava, like locally. You can create one similar as well. It's best to do that for each character. Each character has got its own Reallusion folder. And this is important now, the naming convention. I'm very stickler for naming conventions. As you can appreciate the visual effects industry. So what I do is I type in the character's name, Ava, and then I type in, I don't know, face, so that I know it's face expression. And then I type in the shot number. So just to remind myself what the shot number is, we're going to be working on scene 52, shot 83. So you make sure you label it as scene 52, shot 53, so that everything is linked accordingly, okay? And then you press save. And of course, you could obviously add after head, you can add, whatever expressiveness you want to call it. If you want to call it happy, sad, but I think keeping it, as short as possible is better. But, just in case, it's worth doing that. And then you close iClone. Don't need that anymore. Now we're going to Unreal. And first thing we've got to do is go to Content and go to Animations. And in Animation, what you do is you just open your folder. And here's the FBX you exported just now from iClone. You just drag that into the animation folder loosely here. Click Standard Shader. Yep, okay. I mean, that may not come up. Depends on how you've got iClone set up on Unreal. Now, this is very, very important. When you got your FBX import options, uncheck import mesh, okay? And then select the skeleton. Now, obviously, you're going to get a list with saying what character is linked to what skeleton, so but obviously I know it because I know this inside out. So I will type in Ava main, because there are quite a few versions of Ava, there's quite a few versions of Leon, because it's a multiverse movie, as you can appreciate. So Ava main, click on that. And that's all you need. Now, obviously, have a look at my settings here. Take a while to look at it. Make sure it matches yours. It should, because this is default. But just in case, make sure these are not checked. Just check this only. Here you go. These are the settings here I've got as well. Once you're happy with that, you click Import. Don't click Import All. Just click Import. There we go. And let it do its thing. Yeah, this could take a while depending on how long your expression is, your expression scene. You can ignore that. You don't need that. Okay, so now you've got that. Next thing you want to do is load up your scene or your shot. So obviously the first thing you do is you load up your level, and all the levels are stored in a folder called levels. Let's find it. Here you go. I've colored mine purple. So levels. And again, when I give you a brief, you'll see it will say level, scene shot number, and what the character skeleton is, okay? And what the brief should be. So in our case, it is interview room, which is here. We've already got it loaded. And then the next thing you want to do, once you've got your level up, you go to cinematics. So there's a cinematics folder here. Now the cinematic folder is linked to each level. So you want to go to interview room. And inside interview room is all your shots for the entire thing to do with that level. So remember what our shot number is called? It was called scene 5283, if I remember correctly. So we load up the scene, just double click. There you go. And look through it through the camera. It's quite important. Okay, there's our scene here. So now we're going to bring some facial expressions. So click on your character. Very important to click the character because there's quite a lot of AVAs in the sequencer file. And then you find your animation. So obviously I'm just going to delete this one for now because I'm just showing an example. And you go to animation. So you just click animation here, fresh track. And if you remember your shot name, so you just go to AVA, face, 52. Oh, it's 53. My bad. I've labeled it bad. Really bad example. It should be 83. So it shows. Pay attention to shot numbers. Okay, so obviously it's wrong shot number, but you just load it up for now. So you just click on this and you bring it in. Now, when you press play, you're like, oh, fuck, what's going on? That's wrong. That's okay. Right click on that track you just brought in. Properties. And you see here it says slot name and default slot. Delete that and call it HEAD. Head. Important you call it head because that's what the slot name's called. And now, when you play it, you have your smile. And you got your anger. Remember what we did in iClone? There you go. It's in there. It's as simple as that. Now, that's getting from iClone to Unreal. But like I said, you know, there's a lot of tweaks we can do with the animation. You know, things like eyeline and things like that. So what we want to do is if we want to adjust, say, if we want to add a blink. Yeah, let's add a blink. Click on the character again. Now you see here, AVA 1, you got this thing called character mesh. And underneath character mesh is anim blueprint. That's our pipeline. And I've got a little blink thing here. Now, if blink isn't here or nothing is there, that's okay. Just click on that. Go to track. Here's all the controls you have. You have blink, eyes left and right, eyes up and down, head tilt, head up and down, head rotation. These are things you need just to really take what you've done in iClone already and take it to another level. So let's add a blink, for example. So I'm just going to delete these blinks here. Whoops. And so you just keyframe it. So you got one like this, and you got another frame closed like that. Then you got another frame 0. So 0 is open, 1 is 0 is open, 1 is closed. There you go. So a little quick blink. You can even make the blink slower if you want, just by dragging the keyframes out. Nice and slow. That's so yeah. So that's blinking. You can adjust head rotation. You can keyframe all of that as well if you wanted to. And it won't damage your mocap. See, still got the mocap file. Same thing with head up and down. You know, you can do head and down, keyframe that. The other thing that's really cool, which I love, my personal favorite, is the eyeline. Because for me, it's important to get the eyeline correct. And you can't really get that right straight out of mocap sometimes. So you go, see, I can adjust that. But I can also animate that and keyframe it as much as I want. It's the same thing with eyes up and down. For example, she may be reading the piece of paper, or she wants to look up, or whatever she wants to do in the scene. You can animate that as well. Down. Even subtly, that helps. You know, just something like this. Like right now, you know, she's looking at a piece of paper, and right now she's looking ahead, and right there she's kind of doing that. So all of these little things will just make the animation like to another level, make it more realistic. All these little nuances. And once you're happy with it, you hit that button there and press save. And you synchronize to Perforce, and you tell me it's done, I render it. Simple as that. Or, you know, you can just play it back until you're happy, and then you send it. That's all it is, man. Super simple. The work is in the animation. So, yeah, over to you.